I'm in front of the house, and now I'm still connected to Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
And until it handshakes
Yeah.
for the next cell tower,
Yeah.
it's gonna break up.
You sound okay.
Okay, well.
I got to tell you, the last time we went to Purple, the California, right? The roads were empty, and now it's still really crowded. And I think this time businesses are going, screw that. We're just going to keep, unless they have something planned for next week. Yeah. So, I think most of the people are saying, I mean, it's a little bit, it's about the same as before. So I don't think people are really paying attention to this new thing they want us to do.
Yeah.
I think they finally wised up and said, screw that. But I'm not going to do that anymore.
It's not that they're not paying attention. It's that they're not worried about it in the least because they don't know anybody that has COVID. And all the people that they've heard of that have died from being 91 years old.
Yeah. All right, hepatitis. I was going to talk to you about something. Yeah, I've been thinking about this the past few weeks. Can you imagine growing up? We grew up in the 70s and the early 80s, right? Yeah. Can you imagine growing up where we grew up in daycare? How horrible.
We never had daycare.
Yeah, how horrible would that be? Because my buddy at work his son has 3 kids, right? Yeah. And both of the parents work, and they're always in daycare. I mean, these are like little kids. Yeah. I mean, changing diaper type of kids. Yeah. And I'm thinking that's completely insane. And then people go, well, 2 people have to work because it's so expensive now. I go, well, no, they don't. You know. And it's like, well, you're just trying to put the woman down because you wanted to stay at home and raise the kids. I go, yeah, I do, because
she wants to stay home and raise the kids.
Yeah, I don't mind either, but I'm not really good at it. I can do it. I've done it. You know me when my wife left.
You did it for a long time. Yeah.
I had to do it, and I did my best, but I don't think I did as good a job as a girl did.
No.
Because I'm a guy, I just don't have that in me.
We're not nurturing. Men aren't nurturing.
But
we're not.
They say everything's too expensive, and they go, well, yeah, it is because you want it to be. I mean, when we grew up, TV was free, right? And then at the very end, we started to have to pay for cable. But you pay like $100 for cable, then you pay $100 for your the internet bill, right?
Yeah.
Then you pay like $200 for your phones for the family and the data.
Yeah.
And then you pay for water, right?
Yeah.
And all this stuff, and you look at it and go, well, you don't need this. Then out here, they got these McMansions you buy, right?
That's the point right there.
So your very first, when we were kids, we had 4 boys and parents, right? Yeah. So, and we had a 3-bedroom house with 1 bathroom. So, I shared a bedroom with my brother. Up until I left the house, I shared the bedroom with my brother.
Right.
And we all shared the bathroom. So when my dad got in there with the newspaper and you heard it rustling, you're like, you better hold it or go in the backyard. One of the two, right?
Yeah.
But that was it. And it's like, we joke about me being tight-fisted with money. And I am, because there's a point to that. Yeah, I am.
You're the cheapest prick I've ever met in my life.
Yeah. But, there's a reason I don't go out and buy my Bose headphones. And you're right, I probably could.
Which you did in return because you were so guilty. Your ice skates. Remember your ice skates?
I love those ice skates. Well, those ice skates was $750, and I got the employee discount because I knew someone who was working there. But I knew buying them, I wasn't going to keep them because when you buy skates now, you can have them molded for your foot. What they do is they heat them up, and then you put your foot in there. And they asked me, do you want to do that? I go, nah, I'll do it later. So I already knew I wasn't going to keep these things. I knew it. I just knew it. And
once you mold them, you can't sell them.
Yeah, you can't bring it back. And so sure as shit, a week later, I brought it back. And I wish I kept them, but do I feel better not keeping them? Yeah, kind of. Because it was a lot of money. And, I have to pay these bills. It's not like I'm the government and I can go out and float some bonds if I don't have enough money for the month.
Yeah. See, that's the thing is like there is a difference between people that have to be concerned about paying their bills and people that don't. Like people that are really wealthy do not have to worry about paying their bills. They're worried about things like investments and, hey, I have a friend that's opening a restaurant and he wants me to be an investor. Shit like that. Like, and if you,
it's like
anyway.
when the rich are poor, that means they can't buy the extra Ferrari or whatever when they claim bankruptcy.
Right.
When I'm poor, that means I don't have enough money to pay the bills.
Yeah,
I don't know where
I'm going to live.
Like when O.J. Simpson claimed bankruptcy and he was poor, he's still playing golf every day. He's still living in this nice condo.
Yeah, that's his. Figure that guy
out. That's his bankruptcy in poor. My bankruptcy in poor is when I can't pay the house mortgage and stuff. But I remember it was around the first internet boom. It was like 1999, 2000, right? And I could have gotten that nice eBay job for $200,000 a year, which was a lot of money back then, right?
Yeah.
But I knew the strings attached. They're not going to give you $250,000 a year.
They own you.
I mean, you're literally working there all the time.
Yeah.
And with a kid, I couldn't do that. I bring that story up on my daughter all the time, and I know it bugs her, but it's true. It's like, you have to make a decision. I mean, you take the money.
Get this. I had 3 girls in the car yesterday from Boston University.
Yeah.
Okay? They're going to, first of all, I picked them up on Beacon Street in Brookline.
Yeah.
You can't, I couldn't afford to live there, like as in my prime.
Yeah.
Okay? But they live in an apartment and everything. And the girl gets in the car and they're both hot. They're hot college girls. They're, perfect teeth, perfect hair. So they get their hair done, they get their nails done, they live on an expensive place. So in other words, they're daddy's little girl. Daddy's got dough,
Yeah.
They've never worried about anything ever in their life and never will. So the first thing this girl says is like, you're not going to believe this. And the other girl goes, what? And she goes, I had to work until 5:45 this morning. Last night.
Yeah.
5:45? Because it gets out at 5.
And
45 minutes extra? and she's talking about, and then she goes, and then tomorrow, she's like a nursing student. She goes, then tomorrow I have to do my first patient interview.
Yeah.
And I called the guy, but they can't do it like right away when you call because you're calling them out of the blue and like they might be at work or something. So he says, can you call me tomorrow and do the interview? And she says, yeah. What time? And he says, 10. And the other girl goes, 10 o'clock in the morning? She goes, yeah. She goes, I can't even think about school until 11. I mean, I wake up at 7, but I have my morning routine, and that takes about 4 hours.
Yeah.
Again, these kids are the fucking future. We're fucked.
Yeah, I know.
And that's what they're doing. Like in colleges, they're all like, "Oh, we got to get girls into college and STEM and all this stuff." And they suck.
Yeah.
They have no work ethic.
Yeah.
They're not curious. They have no interest. And so, it's a totally different world.
Yeah, it's a totally different world.
Yeah.
I saw your story this morning about the was it Michigan?
Yeah.
People. They disclaimed their. Yeah, they shook them down. And that's what you said yesterday. I asked you, what do you think's happening with that? The election board, when they certified the results, you go, somebody got to them. Yeah. And, sure shit, they did. Somebody got to them.
The other one of them said he promised to vote yes. This was in addition to the shakedown. He promised to vote yes if the board would agree to an independent audit of all the votes. And the Democrats on the side. And they said, we'll do that. Then he voted yes, and they said, no, we're not going to do that. So
what kind of idiot would actually believe them? Yeah, what idiot would actually believe them? Seriously.
I mean, to go to rescind their votes, they're going to have to go to court, and they're going to be able to show clearly the Democrats acted in bad faith.
Yeah.
They're such fucking liars.
Yeah,
by any means necessary fucking strategy that they have for everything makes them the fucking crooks that they are,
Yeah.
No wonder nobody trusts this system. I don't trust this system.
No way. I don't, before all this, I trusted everything. It was okay. We knew it was corrupt. We all
Yeah.
knew that,
Yeah.
right? But then now I literally don't trust anything. The media says something, first thing I do is I don't believe it, right?
Yeah,
I just don't.
Yeah.
The politicians say something, I know they're lying. When they have this guy with Alzheimer's running for president,
Yeah.
you know something's up. You
Yeah.
know, you know it. You can see it.
Yeah.
And when it's
See, and what
based on,
people are going to say, they're going to say that like, oh, so you just read an article and you just don't believe it. No, we don't. We don't just read the article and go, oh, that's not true. That man did die. He's really alive and well. We're not saying that. We're saying that these articles are written in such a way that they're misleading thing and not giving you information about another, like the COVID deaths. I think I told you. I may have talked to my brother about this, but WMUR, which is this shitty New Hampshire local TV station up there, but I follow their Twitter thing. They are inundating us right now with stories of people that are dying, and they're not. And it's always like, he was a teacher and the children loved him and they don't know how to handle his death. And, he was my father and now I'm tending to him in the ER, or in the intensive care. And like, we're all supposed to sit there and go, oh my God, this is awful. But, and I point this out, I reply to this on the tweet every single time. They never provide the medical history of the patient.
Yeah.
They never say, oh, he's like, 81 years old and, he has emphysema. Or, they never, and you're a journalist and you don't even bother to ask that question.
I'm not a journalist, and I always ask that question.
I know, that's the first thing I want to know. Like, all right, who's this guy?
Yeah, I know. Let's look up his stuff.
So that's what we mean when we don't believe the media. They're because you know what journalists are? And newscasters. I've always said this. Newscasters, I didn't come up with it, but newscasters are just guys and women that tried to be actors, but they weren't good enough.
Yeah.
And so they weren't getting work as an actor. So they said, fuck it. I have a, symmetrical face. I have a good voice. I'll just read a teleprompter on the news. And journalists that work at like the New York Times and shit, they're just kids that really wanted to write the great American novel, and they thought themselves the next Charles Dickens and all this shit. But they suck. Their ideas and their book ideas are terrible. So they're like, fuck it, I'll just be a writer for the New York Times. And that's how they write. It's all like creative writing. Yeah. And once you learn to read an article like that, like, wait, what, ask the questions that you want answers to, and that's what the media has. They've done this to themselves. I don't feel bad for them. I don't take it when they get all, indignant about it. Like, no, we're the gatekeepers and we're the fourth column.
Like, we're the gatekeepers. Let's look at those people that are actually writing. And what I do is I just don't look at it and say, oh, this isn't real. I actually go, oh, okay, I need to look this thing up. That doesn't sound right.
Exactly.
And I do the work for them. And that's what drives me crazy.
Yeah, and I'm tired of doing this for my friends, like people that I meet. Like, oh, show me the source of that. Fuck you. Fuck you. I found the source. You go out and find the source. Why am I doing your homework for you, you lazy prick? Do your own fucking homework. I'm so sick of these people. Oh, I didn't know that. Can you provide the documentation for that? No. What am I?
You look it up.
Yeah. What am I, your butler? Fuck you.
I got to go pack up some of my vintage computers. I'll talk to you later.